Action.
Action.
Yes, sir.
14, 7, 7.
That's right. Yes, sir. 7714. And it's getting hot out here, bro.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in every definition of hot. It's
Man.
getting spicy. It's getting hot. But like, no, I'm fucking ready, bro.
Man.
Yeah. Nah, I'm been ready. And we were both made exactly for this moment, and that's what makes it so intense. It's like you realize you've been training your whole life for these hours, for this
real.
moment, for real. Isn't that crazy?
For real.
And it's like it's game time.
We've been
bro.
groomed. We've been chosen.
We have been chosen for this hour,
and with a lot of grace and mercy.
Absolutely.
And a lot of favor. We moving with favor.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Let's open up.
Yes, sir.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone do we serve, thee alone do we beseech for divine aid. Guide us on the right path, the path upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not upon whom thy wrath has been brought down, nor upon those who go astray. Ameen.
Amen.
Yeah, Ameen.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
no, yes, sir. Chosen, bro.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, and
Starting to be full circle.
absolutely.
The levels and the depths of how much we've been chosen, bro.
Yeah. A lot is required and is going to be required of it. And it's not just we've been chosen to do stuff. We've been chosen to rule.
Yeah. Come on. and to rule over ourselves.
Absolutely. We must master ourselves. And, we've been given the opportunity these past 3 months to really take a deep dive inward. Now I know why. Because if we can't rule and master self and become self-lord and master, we can't rule our family. We can't rule our house. You can't rule a nation.
Come on.
You can't rule the universe, bro.
Come on.
Like, there's levels to this shit, man.
Alsir.
Yeah, and you have to, yes, sir. And you have to, when these turmoils come up within, like, all your conflicts, all your drama, we have to look at it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's training. It's like the reason Allah is allowing this to come up, because you need to confront it to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Right. And it's an opportunity to train, because once you master, the devil within, the turmoil within, that you project that peace into your external environment, into your family, into your dynasty, into your bloodline, into your agriculture, into your land, into your systems, into everything. So
this is ascension. This is transcending.
Yeah.
This is resurrection.
Yes, it is.
This is, Cancer season is a new year.
Yeah.
It's the real new year.
Yeah.
The flood, the water break, right? When the water breaks, the
man.
baby's coming.
That's right.
So it's the real, like,
Yes,
the birth.
sir. Yeah.
Of like,
man.
now we're on another level. So with
Yeah.
this when a baby come into the earth, it's chaos. What's going on? It's a new thing.
Yeah.
So we're coming into this new level, making sense of this new level.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to make sense of it.
Yeah, man. Bro, we've been in emotional labor these past 2 months, man. Isn't that crazy? No, that's what it's been.
It's facts,
It's
bro.
been emotional labor. I mean, I'm glad you brought up the fact that birth, because, I haven't been through the birthing process. Yeah, it's hard to get to the point, but once you have that baby, it's here. You
It's
know what I'm
here.
saying? It's here.
Once that water broke, bro.
It broke. It broke. The flood. We had the flood last week. The flood's over, and the water broke, and we given birth, and here we are, two resurrected kings. You know what I'm saying? Who are in tune with their emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Very
Because last week I was still like getting 1-2 by my emotions. You feel me? Like I was like reeling and like, oh man,
Yeah.
Is this gonna be like this forever? And then now, I ended last week with a fight. Like I had 4 fights last week. Won everything. Wasn't even fucking close, bro. Like, but I had my emotions with me, and like you said last week, my emotions was charging every bit of those fights, man. It was a wrap. It was a wrap before it started, because I was a completely different human being, bro. And even people told me, it's like, oh, you look like a god out there, bro. And I was like, oh,
You had a little extra charge,
bro.
Extra little zing,
Absolutely.
I'm a little angrier right now.
Absolutely.
Got a little more intensity.
It was intensity. It was intensity, bro.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, nah, man. And like I channeled that. So that was on Saturday where we won. My team out there, we whooped ass, right? And then now I'm like, okay, I love my emotions. I still got them, but they're not at the forefront of my being. Right now, it's okay. Nah, it's back. Adam X is back. You feel me? Like Adam. Oh no.
And you have released the energy too.
Absolutely.
So that's not so much stagnant. It's not. Like I've heard that a lot of like when you angry, go do stuff. Like you can be angry and clean up your house. Go do the dishes when you're angry. Go water the grass when you're angry. Go do some push-ups. Go do go work out when you're angry. Like
man.
You can use your anger.
Yeah.
Be angry.
Yeah.
Even the scripture says be angry and sin not. As far as like there are ways and things you can do with this anger that isn't detriment to you. A lot of us, the Asiatics, a lot of us Asiatic men, we've never learned proper channels. So you'd be surprised how many men are in prison because they lost their temper.
Absolutely.
Right. One time.
Yeah.
Anger. Boom. Did something stupid. Mm-hmm. I even seen with Richard Sherman. You seen that?
Wait, what did he do? No.
He just. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's recent.
Oh,
your boy.
But
bro.
as far as like he lost his temper during cancer season. And
domestic stuff.
So yeah. What I'm saying?
Richard Sherman, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I missed that, man.
Yeah, mind you, not to like I
understand.
But just on some like
something happened.
Yeah, I mean it's public. It's public information. But I just understand that is how a lot of.
He's an emotional brother too.
Exactly, right? You feel me?
He's an emotional brother.
He's a very passionate person.
Yes, he is.
So good, bad, and just seeing. I know my heart goes out to him and prayers and honor to him and his family and everything because he says getting help and dealing with mental health and dealing with trauma and dealing with things going on behind the scenes. But I just saying that to say like a lot of us Asiatic men haven't learned proper ways to deal and channel the anger.
Nah.
Especially like in sports, right?
Nah.
We used to like we use sports to channel the anger. But then when we ain't on that field, what do we do?
We don't know. There's no coping mechanisms. There's no meditation classes. It's not even normalized.
And even that, even sports is still using it against each other. It's right. It's I'm here, and then you're there. So boom.
Yep.
As opposed to all of us coming together and then using it on our, on our opposition, our real opposition.
Yeah.
Channeling our anger to our real opposition.
Yeah.
We're not each other's opposition.
No.
You know?
And then sports serve that function for the ruling classes because you're allowing us to channel our negative emotions against each other for sport, for your entertainment. You get to watch the show.
To destroying our own bodies.
Exactly.
And championing each other and outdoing each other and beating each other ultimately to make everybody else's make them more money.
Yeah.
Like with the Bucks, like
Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
No, the ones who just won. Milwaukee.
Oh, the Bucks. Oh, man. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like they stayed. I feel them. They're like, man, we did this. We worked hard. We stayed down. You know what I'm saying? We did this together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the owners is smiling and giggling. You know what I'm saying? And slight. It's just like just saying that's the micro to macro.
Yeah, man. And,
our hard work and our intense energy is put against each other.
Absolutely. Yeah. And these emotions, I like that word you use, charge. They're the charge.
Yeah.
They're the charge. And then now I feel like I just have more control of that source of energy. And actually now that I'm looking back, it's still there. Like obviously we're still tailing of cancer. And like I'm glad to know that I could feel, you know what I'm saying? Because I got so lost in the grind of building. Like I thought I didn't need to feel. I was like, nah, I just got to be militant, just got to build all the time, bro. But then I went to this little episode, this 2.5 month episode where I was not doing nothing but feeling. And now that I've processed through it, it's nice to know that I got these feelings, the full spectrum. Up and operating, right? No, it just it feels really good. And okay, I'm a human fucking being, bro.
Yeah, man.
And I could be a man and feel shit. I can feel a lot of stuff.
You're going to.
Yeah. And that's life. So how could I relate to my wife? How could I relate to females if I can't feel? So now I know okay, I can relate to how am I going to relate to children if I can't feel? So now I know I've got the capacity. So now there's no excuse to not to get a connection with anyone I want to build with or to communicate with. The connection is possible with everyone with your feelings. That's how you communicate with the world because real is what you feel, bro. Because that's real. Your feelings is your soul communicating with this external environment, right? Is that the best way of saying it?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you catch vibes, you feel a certain way, that's the truth. You need to listen to it. So.
And they play on each other too.
Absolutely.
As far as your, consciously, these environments affect our emotions.
Yeah.
These environments trigger us.
Yeah.
They're not just triggers and good or bad. We just be triggered.
That's right.
So, consciously cultivating an environment.
Yeah.
Back to agriculture.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
We can create cohesive environments that do the best to facilitate bringing about good emotions.
Yeah.
And that's the number one reason I use essential oils and aromatherapy. I keep incense lit.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
Absolutely.
I keep essential oils on me all the time.
Absolutely.
Just to be able to continuously like boop, 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 keep the emotion. I keep my diffuser going just to keep the emotions flowing.
Keep them flowing.
Keep them flowing. Just keep them flowing.
Keep them flowing.
Keep them flowing.
Yeah. But keep everything flowing. Life is energy. You gotta have flow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you look at like what the nature of your health is, the internal flow of energy inside of your body.
Mm-hmm.
You know, acupuncture they call it chi, but it's just internal energy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they say is when you get sick, when there's stoppages of energy in your body. So yeah, emotional flow, physical flow, everything should flow. And go with the flow isn't just some cool shit to say. It's literally the best way to conduct your affairs. Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once you do that, it's like you realize there's really no resistance. it's just movement, right? So you really have to you have to be aware to know where the flow is going, right? Like we were talking earlier, like it's happening right now, and we were being built for this moment, which is really a change of worlds, a change of the order, change of this ruling class from one ruling class to another, right? And there's going to be chaos in the interim, and we are in chaos.
Yeah. And we got here by going with the flow. I definitely, when I look back on my life, I definitely just went with the flow.
Absolutely.
And also because I've learned that I learned I could see the future.
Yeah.
So I learned that when you try to avoid the future, you ultimately you remember the show That's a Raven, right?
Yeah.
Where she would see a vision and she would try to do everything to try to avoid it, and that's what created the vision.
Yeah.
Right? And and that's very true for me too. So I learned to step into it and not avoid it.
Absolutely.
It's actually get in front of the future that I see.
Yes.
And then as I get in front of the future, I see it's only that future that I'm afraid of might only be a second, or might only be like an hour, or might only be a day. But if I try to avoid it, it'll turn into this big thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of me getting here was me seeing where we're going and then just continuously flowing with it, and then seeing, okay, I can see that we can see the river going to take some twists and turns. Let me prepare to take those twists and turns with the river.
That's right.
And then it's like, oh, you look up, and then people like, hey, you were one of the ones who, I'm one of the ones who was saying these things. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Or preparing. I remember making a video when I lived in Hawaii, saying that I see that we're going to transition to more plant-based food, so I'm going to start teaching more about plant-based food.
Boom.
That was 3 years ago,
Yes,
2
sir.
years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now everybody loves plant-based.
It's a move.
I saw it coming, bro.
Yeah,
I started doing organic gardening
That's right.
4 years ago.
That's right.
Because I realized we're going to need to learn how to grow food. Now, boom.
Yeah, here we are.
I'm one of the ones.
Yeah, and then
it's going with the flow.
Going with the flow. Understanding the necessity of growing your own food is what brought us together. Period. And that's why we're here. We've gotten off the food topic, but that's what brought us here. It's like we understand that, like, if we want to get to the next level, we need to go back to the soil. Period. And we both got to that recollection by going with the flow. Our different trajectories led us back to the land, right? And then instead of listening to our environment, saying, "Oh, that's for poor people. That's dumb. Why? Go get a job.
That's for white people.
That's for white people." We said, "No. I'm gonna get my hands dirty." And then that was the foundation for where we are now. And then now you got plant-based businesses. I got plant-based businesses. And now we got a podcast talking about fucking agriculture and black people, bro. And like, it's all about laying. And this is still foundational work, what we're doing right now.
Definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. And that just goes to, but that really speaks volumes about our, really the timeline that we're operating on. We're not doing this for the easy, quick money. We're doing this for the long game.
Big long game.
Yeah, we planting seeds, and then obviously we're gonna have some of our seeds are sprouting, but no, we still out there planting seeds, bro. A lot of them.
I'm planting seeds.
A lot of them.
We're planting a lot of seeds, bro. The forest is going to grow soon. Right.
And then what is going to happen, the pressure of this external world collapsing is going to be the fertilization that'll lead to the germination of those seeds. So people will hear what we're saying now, but their world's not collapsing. They still got a job, and they can still think for themselves. But then when the avenues start, when they start forcing people to take vaccines, for example, then that'll give people more incentive to be like, oh, what these niggas talking about over here? Oh, maybe I'll come over here now, right? But it's our job to be the vanguard. You know what I'm saying? Like to be the fearless vanguard of this new wave. This new age is what it is. It's the new age.
Yeah.
Right? So, and this new age is colorblind. It's just about the work. Are you going to submit to, the new architecture of this world, which is love and, God.
And it's funny because in the old paradigm, Vanguard is one of like the leaders and one of the most powerful investors who invest into all of this stuff. What I'm saying?
Absolutely. Vanguard mutual funds is why the world the way it is. And that's
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the old paradigm, like Vanguard is the vanguard.
The vanguard is the vanguard.
You get what I'm saying?
That's absolutely.
So in this new paradigm, like we're going to have to be
allocation of capital. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah.
Big, major worldwide capital.
Index funds that allows people to invest in shit they don't know what they're investing.
Man, bro,
that's all an index fund is. It's like, hey, bro, listen, just give us money. We'll invest in all these XYZ stocks. All you have to worry about is the money you get. You don't give a damn what these companies are doing. So it cuts you off from the responsibility and the consequences of your investments.
And it's also one of the biggest ways and easiest ways to make a lot of money.
Absolutely.
As far as long term, the S&P 500 has exponentially grown over the years.
All of them. Yeah.
Like if you would have put your money into the S&P 500 instead of the bank like 50 years ago, if you would have said, I'm not going to save my money, I'm going to only invest into the S&P 500.
Be a millionaire.
Bro, you get what I'm saying?
Beyond that, absolutely.
Like people who put their money in the bank have lost. That's real. Like just putting your money into that, putting your money into the Dow Jones, putting your money into the NASDAQ. Like just, and these are the things that like, we can do these ourselves.
Yeah.
We can create our own index, our own trust.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And we can we are, like you said, that we are the vanguards of the new vanguard, because I'm adamantly talking about that part as much as I'm talking about the agriculture part too. Is understanding the economy. Understanding economy is something that we learned quote unquote economics in high school, but we didn't really learn economics, bro. No. I know we had an economics class.
Oh, I didn't.
You get what I'm saying?
I didn't have economics in high school.
But there was no like, hey, this is the essence. Hey, you all should, before you leave high school, everybody should buy a share of the S&P 500. If you're in America, you should invest into the top companies in your country.
Yeah.
Just because this is a part of this American economy.
Yeah. Invest into the economy. That's what you're doing with
just invest into the economy.
Yeah.
Consciously.
Yep.
And consistently.
Yeah.
This should be a part of your normal pathology.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Redirecting some funding into the actual economy of your country and into the top companies of your country.
That's right.
Because the top companies in our country are going to lead, are going to push the country's economy, and then you can go with the economy.
Yeah, and the top corporations of a company, they are of a country. They are the country. Like, you're gonna tell me that Coca-Cola, Goldman Sachs don't have more power? They have more power than the president, bro.
Apple, Google.
Yeah, oh no. This is
Microsoft.
This is the country. Like the corporation.
Facts.
Yeah, these are what runs America. Their boards of directors, their decisions, their hiring decisions, their abilities to go to other countries and take over and buy politicians and do coups. This is all from corporations. Corporations is the I give you, not the military, because the military is the military, but they are the foundation of America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how the people who run, the rich use corporations to do their deeds.
Exactly.
Period. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And that's
America's LLCs, S corps, and 501c3s.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and the 501c3s are just for to cover all the dirt that the corporations, LLCs, and C corps do, bro. Yeah, it's just, and tax shelter, that too.
and then the rest of people, they get the They get then they buy land.
Yeah.
And then they farm. And then now farming is its own tax bracket.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Farmers, you have your own different tax thing. Like you have a F tax sheet. Like the way farmers pay taxes is its own thing.
Okay, didn't know that.
You know what I'm saying?
I haven't had to do that yet, so I wouldn't know.
You feel me?
Nor have I done taxes of a farmer. Understood.
You feel me?
Yeah, I do.
So like the whole farming agricultural industry, like when it goes back to being chosen and going with the flow, I've been shown that now that I'm involved in the industry part, because I was involved in the community aspect of it, right? And I was involved into the political aspect of it, right? As far as like working with the city and now I'm working with the actual district, just to exchange information and share this information in my community, doing my community service. But now I'm getting into the industry, which is like, the CDFA.
Yeah,
and
California Department of Food and Agriculture.
Yes. So now that I'm involved in the industry, it's a different, now I'm seeing for what it really is.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And it's like, what I'm really seeing is how small we play in ourselves.
Yeah.
By treating this like it's small.
Oh, absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? We play ourselves by treating,
by not participating in the larger game.
Yeah, by our view of it.
Yeah.
Like I get it. I know people who like they making their money from the stock market. They're making their money from trading. They're making their money from, everything. I get it, right? But it's like collectively we're playing ourselves small.
Yeah.
Because you can be a phenomenal trader and you can make a lot of fiat, but that's not something that can be at scale.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and there's and there isn't billions of dollars put to the side to help to invest into you being a good trader.
No.
So the ones who are great at it are great at it, and I'm very grateful that the ones who are great at it are teaching us, because I'm getting better at it too.
Yeah,
but also trading and just actively. I'm glad that we're all learning that, because that is something that, from what I'm learning, that's like what you do after you get your profit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? Corporations build their corporations up, and then they take their profit and they trade their profit.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? That's so right. It's not the best way to get
trade and invest. Yes, sir.
Yeah, to like start.
Yeah. Well, it's best to start providing something of value to a group of people for exchange for fiat currency. That's ideal. Mm-hmm. You're doing something. Mm-hmm. Then from that you build a business that generates cash flow. Mm-hmm. Then once you have cash flow, then you can start investing in stock market or then trading with the cash flow generating thing that you have built. Mm-hmm. Right. So,
and the most of the foundation of business is agriculture. The number one department in America is the Department of Defense. Granted.
Defense.
Yes,
sir.
But the number two department in America is the USDA.
Yeah, that's not surprising at all.
You get me? So as much as we are actively involved in the Department of Defense,
those are the pillars of nationhood.
Those are the pillars of nationhood.
National security and food.
So we are the we are the most removed from the Department of Agriculture. Absolutely. But yet it is the second biggest department in the nation.
Yeah.
And not only are we removed from it, but we also have been developed a disdain.
Yeah,
and a trivialization of it.
Yeah.
Which is extremely counterproductive.
Yes.
Because it is the engine. It is the engine. Like, mind you, the Department of Defense isn't like it's what keeps everything going, right? It keeps everybody over here.
Yeah.
But the engine of America is the USDA.
No, everybody the fuck out of here. Y'all ain't doing that over here.
Yes.
That's
wow. And we gonna mess with everybody else.
We're gonna mess with the entire world, but y'all ain't gonna bring that here.
Yes.
And that's the only reason that is because our military is not going to allow it. Period.
Because it is the most funded military in the world by far.
Absolutely. The most advanced military.
But do you want to know how we are able to generate this much funding from the number two? Agriculture.
Yeah.
It's how we making the money.
It's been a long game, but yeah, we have done it. And we are the number one military for a reason, because we built a country, and the foundation of this country they built is agriculture.
And we sell food to the world.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
and we sell, and mind you, agriculture, like I said, cows, chickens, milk, dairy, leather, sheep, even wool, right? Your clothes.
Back in the day, slavery.
Slavery.
Directly tied to agriculture.
Come on.
Working the land.
Come on.
Right. And then the profits they made from that are still, those dividends are financing this country today.
Exponentially.
Absolutely. Yeah. This country is in the position that it is in because we exploited slave labor. They exploited slave labor on us, but that's just what it is. And so that's why I feel like, oh, this motherfucker's mine, bro.
Yeah.
Like, no cap. Like, no,
cap.
that's how I act. You know, y'all ain't finna go. You could be racist, but like, this motherfucker's mine.
Yeah.
You know, legally and morally it's mine, but as far as like, you know, the earth is mine, the universe is mine as well. But that's another level of mine.
Fact.
I'm talking about as an American.
As a birthright.
This motherfucker's mine as an American.
Let's be clear. We're one of the ones who were born here, and our ancestors were born here, and our ancestors were born here, and we've been working here.
Bro.
So definitely, we have a major stake.
Yeah.
Into this country.
Yeah, and
we're not immigrants.
No,
and there's no slight to them, but we are of the few people who, on public record, have been here for thousands of years.
That's right, bro. Yeah,
on public record.
That's right.
Right. However you want to slice and dice it.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? However you want to slice and dice it.
Yeah, and it's incumbent upon us to act accordingly, and that just means it just acts with the birthright
and come to the table with it and come to the table understanding what it is to be an American.
That's right.
What it is to be a part of this landmass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? However people feel about the country.
Yeah.
We were born on this landmass of America.
Yeah.
That's my birthright.
Yeah.
So this country who facilitates the resources and facilitates the equity and the economy of the landmass is its own thing.
Yeah.
But we still were born on this landmass.
Yes, sir.
So therefore we have a stake and a claim to what comes with the landmass, i.e. going back to S&P 500 and things like that, where it's like we're so disconnected from the landmass that we don't even think collectively about the companies that generate their profits from the landmass itself.
Yeah.
I.e. most companies, most restaurants, most foods companies, you know, even these tech companies, like they're you know, crystals. They have to use crystals and metal working, all these metal companies.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so many ways where we don't where agriculture is ingrained in our actual capitalistic society.
Yes, sir.
And it's exponentially extremely wealth. I mean, I've seen a report.
The land is where you get stuff.
Right?
It's as simple as that,
Simple as that, bro. Before it don't have to be no complex. That's in the podcast.
It is, man.
Land is where you get things from.
Fact.
Right?
Yeah. And agriculture is the stewardship of the land. Period. So, yeah, that is.
And the animals.
Yeah. Agriculture is the foundation of civilization.
Yes, because you're working with the land and the animals to be able to not only feed, but to feed, to house, to clothe the nation.
Yeah.
Right? Because once again, like we got cotton, we got polyester, we got silk, and we got wool.
Yeah.
Cashmere, right? Like these clothes, the foundation of clothes come from some type of from the earth.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Glass comes from sand. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like so many layers. And mind you, I'm still processing and coming into it now that I'm on this advisory committee because I'm like
the CDFA advisory.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's like wow, like we're so removed.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to doing the best to bridge the gap and represent urban.
That's right.
But also I'm accepting that I'm going to have to transition into commercial.
Yeah.
I can't stay. I mean, I'm going to do urban, but I can't limit myself to urban.
No, absolutely not.
I can't.
Well, a bridge is a mass between two islands or two islands. So urban, rural, you are the bridge. So you got to be able to go freely between both.
Yeah.
Period.
Period.
That's how you build a bridge, is understanding both sides and connecting connecting that. And then really, in order to connect the urban to the rural and to the necessity for the urban to uplift itself needs to go back to the land, you need to cultivate the mindset of the urban to be like, they have to want to see what's on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, they have.
It's beyond imperative.
They got to believe it.
Otherwise, and I like what we were talking before the podcast about how you were, what you call not a proof of stake, but you were a
Proof of concept.
Proof of concept.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
people need to see that a black man can be successful doing land farmer stuff.
Yeah,
it's absolutely imperative because otherwise they're going to be like, why would I do that if I'm not going to win?
Cap. They're gonna be like, oh, you cap, bro.
You cap.
You
Like,
cap.
yeah,
Oh yeah, you one of
poor.
those. You a finesser. You an influencer.
Yeah. You're a finesser. So like, there's no incentive for me. So it is proof of concept. Right?
Yeah.
Like you said, we have to be the proof of concept. So what that means, we got to put our money where our mouth is and show people like, hey, not only is it a necessity for us to get to understand agriculture to get to the next level, here is what we've done, and we are presenting it to you. Come with us if you want to live.
Yeah,
That's the case.
And what I'm seeing and what I'm learning, which I'm processing as well, is that it's not like to release any accountability, but what elder generation are communicating to me is that they are realizing it is up to them to make sure that I'm proof of concept.
Yeah.
Because we got to remember, farming is an old man's game.
Yeah.
There aren't no young farmers.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Farmers, people who got land and people who do real industrial farming are like 50, 60, 70.
That's real, bro. Nah.
Especially in our culture. The few of the Asiatic black Americans, Moors, 60, 70.
Yes, sir.
With no predecessors.
That's right.
Or very little predecessors.
Yeah.
You know, the generation above us didn't want to. We don't know any farmers. The generation above, I don't know any 40-year-old farmers.
No,
I don't know any.
There's no
late 30, 40-year-old. There's none.
There's none, bro.
Right?
There's none. Yeah.
Think about it.
Nah.
So the fact that our generation is like, nah, man, we trying to tap in. The baby boomers and their parents are like, oh, definitely, bro, because the Gen X ain't. They just where they at.
Corporate.
Mind
College.
you, get it.
Yeah, I understand.
Honors to you.
I understand.
But I mean,
in the world,
we all this corporate and everybody's stuck in the same box. Everybody in LA.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Everybody, LA is the highest concentration of black people. LA County.
Really?
So bro, LA County, the top 10 cities of quote unquote black people in California.
Okay, in California.
Like 5 or 6 are in LA County.
Okay.
Hawthorne, Gardena. Hawthorne's number 1, Compton's number 2, Carson, Gardena. No, not Hawthorne number 1. Inglewood's number 1. Right? Inglewood is where all the black people.
Yeah.
And it's tiny. So we got Inglewood, we got South Central, you know what I'm saying? Compton, Hawthorne, Carson.
Yeah.
But we got it. We don't really process that. That's like of California.
Yeah.
We're all, the vast majority of us are in this very, very, very tiny little area.
This type of urban box.
So everybody got Gen X in them. They got their bread. You know, Baldwin Hills, they doing their thing. Nice houses, beautiful houses, beautiful.
Yeah. But
it's a tiny spot when 3 hours when you drive to Northern Cali and it's just hours and hours of acres and acres and acres and acres and acres.
It's all land.
Hundreds of thousands of acres ready to develop and ready to grow food, and with the department that with a plan and with the right infrastructure, they'll gladly fund it.
That's right.
A part of the American government who with a plan and a proper infrastructure will gladly even fund even more.
Absolutely. And what the proof of concept is, let's chosen. A proof of concept has to be chosen. Like you were saying, we used that word earlier, chosen. And then a proof of concept is the vanguard for the new world.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. So chosen, proof of concept, vanguard. So all of these.
Which is the real, which is the old world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we're gonna, as long as we incarnate down here, we're gonna need food.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if you aren't looped into the flow of that reality, then you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost in this world that's going out. So that goes back to, understanding the necessity of agriculture is being in tune with the flow of the universe, bro. Yeah. Being in tune with the flow of the physical reality, right? So
Alsir.
Yeah, it is very, being in the flow, us being in the flow, this reality is very much our reality because we are in the flow of what is necessary to build a nation. Right.
Yes.
Yes. So
Alsir is king.
mm-hmm.
Alsir is the highest level of masculine energy.
That's right.
Alsir is the energy that sits on the throne.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alsir is resurrection.
That's right.
Alsir is a generator. Yeah. Alsir is the Lord of the dream world.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The Lord of the infinite.
Yes, sir.
Temu is the first part of the totality of creation.
Yeah.
So I have I feel you as far as chosen. We can go there on some chosen. I was like, this is what I came incarnated into reality to show.
That's right.
Because the only way we can be Ra, which is the totality of a creator, is through being Alsir. We have to honor Temu.
That's right.
Asyr is the way to honor God is to be God.
Absolutely.
That's how you honor somebody.
Yes,
it's
sir.
to embody it. It's to live as such.
That's right.
And there's no way we can honor God as operating as a king if we're not distributing the resources.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's a function of a king is to distribute the resources. Period.
Distribute the resources.
That's it. Yeah. Man. Yeah. But the masculine energy, that's what now that I've gotten a grip of my emotions, now I feel like I can fully tap into, me being incarnated as a male, as a man.
Yeah.
That's my job to fully flesh out what masculinity really means.
The Immaculate Conception, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're the rarities.
Yeah.
We're the rarities.
Like, I don't have to apologize to be a fucking man, bro. I'm not going to.
Please don't.
Yeah. I don't. Why? Like, this is my job. I chose this body, I chose this reality to do just this. So why would I, if I'm given the job of the divine masculine, why would I not live up to those expectations and really flesh out what that means, right? And then that's why I had to go through this exercise of my emotions, so I can understand that part of the masculinity. What gives me the masculinity, that charge, right? Yeah, I was. But I'll go back to the metaphor of fighting. Why I enjoy fighting, because it allows me to be a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To really flesh out. Having to come up with the strategy to defeat someone in physical combat. And one of the things that a woman in my academy at Renzo Gracie, Los Angeles, she said, she was new. She told me one of the first things that she really struck about seeing the men in our gym at our academy, she's like, I love seeing healthy masculinity. So she came there and she was like, she saw how we conducted and it's not even a color thing, bro. When you go in the gym and it's a jiu-jitsu gym, like, bro, it's like, no, it's just it brings out the man in you.
Definitely.
And it's not about domination. It's about competency.
Come on.
Competency, control, and then the selective application of forces of your energy. So that's what this game is, and that or finesse. It's finesse. Yeah. You got to have the level of finesse, and so once you realize that, and speaking of what I'm really saying is it's flow. It's understanding the flow of energy. Understand that as a male, you are giving advantages relative to the feminine part, to females. Like, you're physically stronger than female, bro. Right?
Yeah.
So how are you going to use that physicality to bring out the best in you and bring out the best in masculinity, and not use it to bind and control?
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
But the fact that when she said that, it made me feel good that I knew I was in the right spot, because I was like, I knew that knowing how to fight and defend myself and bringing out that militant side of me was good for me. But to hear a female actually just like submit. And this isn't like this isn't a female that's like, a submissive female. You know what I'm saying? This is like a female who probably came in like super feminist. Nothing against that at all. You know what I'm saying? But like very of this world. But for someone like that to come in and see what a divine a group of divinely masculine men,
Yeah.
what they bring to the table, and seeing her just be like, I submit. This is where I want to be. I feel safe. I feel secure. I'm like, oh, men have got some fucking work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is quote unquote toxic masculinity, even masculinity.
You get that's what I'm saying? That's the argument I've been. It's not masculinity.
It's like the masculinity is healthy. Masculinity is a needed, necessary part of all life.
Yes. All life, including agriculture. Especially agriculture.
At every single level.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's even associated with toxicity to the point where, mind you, too, where we have to like overly compensate and bring it to like health. Like, no, that's toxic masculinity isn't masculinity.
Facts.
It's whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's that.
I call it fuckboyishness.
That's that.
That's what it is. This is that.
That's nothing to do with masculinity.
Yeah, you have to. Why do you have to drag down masculinity to disparage bad behaviors? Look at the behaviors. Look at the behaviors. That ain't got nothing to do with masculinity. That's you trying to bring down the whole other side of the human spectrum because whatever thing that you're going through, right? So.
Disrespect is disrespect.
Facts.
Wrong is wrong.
Facts.
It don't have to be masculine, feminine, whatever.
Facts, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's be very clear.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's not a lane lie. Because at the end of the day, it's like you're raising a generation of men who are going to feel ashamed to be masculine. Like, that's not what you, even from like a woman's point of view, that's not what you want.
That's not what they want.
You fucking want.
Clear. That's not what they don't
You don't want that. You don't want.
I have to accept that too.
You don't want emasculated men. You don't respect that.
You don't want me to be. You don't want that.
And also, you don't want men. You as a divinely feminine woman, you don't want men to be female.
Even if you think you want that, you're gonna realize it's not really what you want.
It's not what you want. It's not what you
want.
want.
If I give it to you, you're going to lose respect for me.
Yeah.
And you're going to discard me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then you're going to slide my name.
Yeah, and then on the individual relation level, but also on the societal level.
On the macro level as well.
You're losing respect for the order that femininity and masculinity bring to society, and that's why everyone's confused and in chaos. And this has nothing to do with individual choices and people expressing that has nothing to do with that. You could do or feel whatever you want. Be who you think you are. Like I'm not going to judge anyone for being a man who thinks and feels that he or she is a woman. Like that's not my concern.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with me.
But it don't have nothing to do with like once again that has nothing to do with masculine and feminine either.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's your own thing.
That's your own experience.
That's your own interpretation of how you choose to express yourself.
Absolutely. And you have all creative freedom to do just that. Yeah, that's the beauty of living. You could do whatever the fuck you want.
Because mind you, I lived in Hawaii, so like their concept of genders and concept of like it's very fluid. I was like that. Their genderism is very fluid
in Hawaii. Huh.
Definitely.
Huh.
So I've had a lot of conversations with people who choose to call themselves or identify themselves by different orientations, things of that nature. So I understand it. Like very clear, I understand it. Even in California, this is California. We're in California. We're in LA. I understand it, and it's not. Some people choose to identify more with masculine energy. Some people choose to identify more with feminine energy.
Absolutely.
Some people who are women choose to resonate more with more masculine energy.
That's right.
Some people who are women some people who are men choose to resonate more with feminine energy.
That's right.
Some people are more attracted to like the same energy that likens to itself. Some men like masculine energy.
That's right.
And are actually attracted to masculine energy.
That's right.
Some women like feminine energy are actually attracted to feminine energy.
That's right.
Sure.
Yeah.
So once again, like it goes back
to reality.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not for me to judge. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So we can't say masculinity is toxic then. You get what I'm saying? Because
that's the point. Yeah.
If we have women who resonate more with masculine energy than they do with feminine energy.
Yeah.
Are they equally toxic?
No, because they're women. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
The argument as a whole, man.
So Masculinity is masculinity.
Period.
And it's needed.
Yeah.
And it's imperative.
That's right.
And it's phenomenal. And I love being a man that operates in my masculine energy because I have a good relationship with my feminine energy.
Yeah, you and I both.
My son is in Cancer.
Yeah.
So I'm very nurturing and expressive and emotional. I feel feelings.
Yeah.
I just have learned I cannot let that dominate because I have to operate more in my masculine energy because of just how my framework and how my mindset is.
Yeah.
And when I operate more in my masculine energy personally, I get much better results.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think your femininity is not bound, but it's just reflecting your emotional, your ability to connect with emotions. Whereas my femininity is more like, I like nice shit, bro. You feel me? I like to present. I like
nice.
Yeah, we both like that. We both like that shit. Like, let's be real. No. As far as like, I think is that a feminine thing? I think
it is.
I think it feels like it is.
It is.
Yeah, it is, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's like,
just don't spoil. Like we were talking earlier, it's different between spoiling and rewarding.
Yeah, man.
There's a fine line between spoiling and rewarding.
Yeah, man. And I've got my nails done and shit. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, bro. Like, I like looking nice. You feel me?
Take care of your body.
Wearing nice clothes. I like nice stuff. Like, like if there's some, like, for example, I bought my wife perfume that she don't really rock with. And I bought it to be real because I like the scent of it, so I fucking rock it now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no qualms about it.
I wear essential oils.
Yeah,
I have
man.
no
Like,
problem. People know. I'll throw some rose essential oil on.
Yeah,
it
smells good.
It smells good and it raises your vibration.
Yeah, man.
And when you walk in the room, smell like a bouquet of roses, people treat you differently.
Absolutely.
Because now you're raising the vibration of everyone around you.
Yeah, man.
There's a different a high. Let me be very. There's a high science to feminine energy. There's a reason why men we get edge ups. That's feminine energy.
That is
right.
Yeah, bro.
Because we appear more visually stimulating.
Yeah,
and as we navigate more visually stimulating, it's easier. People treat us differently.
Absolutely.
There's a science to an edge up. It's geometry. Women are mathematical.
Yes, they are.
So there's a science to stimulation. That's why men love strip clubs.
Absolutely.
Because the visual stimulation. We love visual stimulation.
Yeah, we do.
So I love to be visually stimulated.
Yeah, and we love being visually stimulating.
Definitely.
We really do.
I love mathematics.
Yeah, man.
That's feminine energy.
Yeah, man.
I love numerology.
Yeah.
The mind you, like the
I love nature.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Agriculture is
really love nature.
agriculture. Yeah, for real. I love nature.
Love nature.
I love nature. I love nature. Anybody know me? I love Hawaii because I love nature.
Yeah, man.
I love standing at the moon. Even driving here, the moon is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love nature. Yeah. Agriculture is the science and the application and the work and the relationship with nature.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? That's why Alsir sits on the throne. The throne is nature.
Yeah.
The throne is the land.
Yes, sir.
The land is the throne.
Yeah, it's the creation.
You get what I'm saying? Alsir is the throne.
Yeah.
Her energy, meditation. I meditate. That's feminine energy.
Yes, it is.
I go into a trance.
Yes,
that's
sir.
feminine energy.
Yeah, bro.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
None of us are anti-feminine energy.
Hell no, bro. No. I love that side of myself, man.
But do we call meditating toxic feminine energy?
No.
Toxic feminine. She over there meditating.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Where does this bullshit come from? Right?
Because you got people with an agenda who want to associate negativity with masculinity in order to keep the divine shamed and guilted.
Yeah.
Shame, guilt, insult is the way to keep a man. It's a way to outsmart a man emotion. Like you berate a man emotion so that way they can't think.
Facts.
And when they can't think, they can't make a decision.
That's right. And then when they can't make a decision, and then you control them.
Exactly.
So it's probably, I think the answer to my question is the people who run shit are probably responsible for this bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it's nothing but bullshit. And I'm not ashamed to say it, bro. Like, no, I am not. And I'm also not afraid to say, like, I have feminine ass tendencies. You and I both. Nothing wrong with that.
I definitely
And I'm also a fucking dude,
and
bro.
I had to check it. I had to check it and make sense of it and have a good relationship with it. And also not let it lead me.
Facts.
Not let it control what I do.
Facts.
I cry, bro.
Yeah.
People know I cry.
Yeah.
I get sad.
Yeah.
But I have to learn. There's nothing wrong with crying. Crying's actually beneficial for your body.
Yes, sir.
Not crying is actually doing you more harm than good.
That's right.
Because crying actually really detoxes your body. It takes all that salt in your body and gets it out your body.
Yeah.
It actually is help to relieve tension in the body and help to relieve fluid in the body and help to relieve help to actually de-stress.
Yeah.
Crying is the actual necessary way. It's the best way to detox your body. You want to detox your body, cry.
Real. That's real.
So
that's real. Yeah, man.
Shoot me. You know what I'm saying? I feel feelings.
Yeah.
And I express them.
Yeah.
But yes, I go up and I get to work.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think and I use my mind.
And I use rationality.
I walk around throwing temper tantrums.
Yeah. 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 And I also, I really, that's the feminine side, but I really enjoyed just being a dude.
I love it.
I fucking love this shit.
It's fun.
Shit is gangster, bro.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like, yeah, even though I go back to the fight, like just with the homies last week, like we were all, the tournament like we did was just 30 plus, you had to be at least 30 to fight. It's called Masters, but like just being with my boys, like fighting other dudes, and then shooting the shit, talking like in the sun, like talking about our lives, talking about our families, talking about girls, bro. Like talking about my homie, like he fought and he was talking about like, his experience with the girl the night before, and I was just like, man, I fucking love being a man, bro.
I love it.
I love it.
I ain't gonna lie.
I love it.
I'm glad I incarnated as a man.
Nah, man.
It's so fun.
It's a blast. It's a blast. But I also understand, like, it's a time and a place. This is our role right now, and I also respect the others. I just respect
honor. I mean, very much.
Like, do your thing.
Women who know me know that I have a love and admiration and for women.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that don't mean I want to go shopping with you all the time.
I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
I'm not.
It's not me.
It's funny because even one of my younger apprentices, he was like, Temu, like I'm just, depressed. And I was like, man, like when the last time you went out and got a girl number? You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you gotta keep your masculine energy sharp, bro. Like you young, thanks. Bro. You young. You gotta still keep, like get in your,
Yeah, man. You have to.
You out here just. Nah, bro. Go hit the beach, bro, with your shirt off, and go talk to some random women.
Yeah,
and get their number.
Yeah,
and you gonna feel man.
You feel me? Yeah. You got it. That's exploration, bro. You got to explore with the masculine energy, man. Go out there.
That's a part of masculine energy. Is the enterprise? Is the exploration? It's going out and seeking new things.
Yeah.
It's imperative that we leave our hometowns. As a man, you gotta leave your hometown.
Got to.
Not saying you can't never come back.
Yeah.
And do what you need to do, but you can't stay. You have to leave your hometown.
Yeah.
As a man, you have to explore.
Yeah.
And find new things and see new sights. Is a part of the Haru's journey.
Yes, sir.
Simba had to go find paradise.
That's right.
If Simba would have stayed in Pride Rock, he'd be dead. Literally.
Right. Yeah.
Metaphysically, spiritually, emotionally.
That's right.
You cannot stay confined to your small. You have to go be around new environments.
That's right, bro. You went to Hawaii.
I had to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, that's right. You had
changed my life forever.
That's right. I got the fuck out of Arkansas. I went to Pittsburgh. Went to LA. Yeah, man. The journey.
Now you in LA. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You couldn't have stayed in Arkansas. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even. People. I'm sure people look at you and they can't even imagine that you're from Arkansas, bro.
Absolutely.
Nothing about you says I'm from Arkansas.
Nah. Well, I don't even know what people think when they. I don't think they think they're like, who is this guy? He calls himself Adam Max.
Arkansas. Nobody was like, oh yeah, bro's from Arkansas.
Yeah.
People look at me and people really don't. They like, you from Compton? Like, you're not. Yes, I'm from Compton.
Yeah, man.
Like, bro, you're not from.
You're not from Compton, bro.
You're not from
Compton.
Compton,
bro.
The real, the real place. The west side of it too. Like the record show.
Yeah, man.
Yep. I'm a Purple Heart. I'm a survivor, bro. Like
absolutely.
For real. I'm a survivor.
For real.
I'm real. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
but that's where Arkansas and Compton that's the landmass that we came from. But when people realize what they may not be able to understand it, but you talking to universal God.
Facts, man. I come from Tom Mary.
You talking to God, bro.
I come from the land of love. That's physical reality altogether.
And then like people, what I've realized is people like they may not understand it, but they're starting to respect me as such, because it's just how I carry myself, and it's not arrogant as a man,
as a divine man,
bro, as a man, as a man, and even like looking, even when I I try not to sometimes, I try not to look objectively at myself, and I'm like, oh man, damn, you doing it, bro, you're doing what a man should be doing, right? Like not listening to the negative energy in his environment and just charting his own course. Right.
That's how we able to see this world,
that's
bro.
Right. Yeah.
Once again, back to as a Moor, I'm learning like Moors is you have to travel through your mom's canal.
Yeah.
Right? We travel the solar system, right? Ra travels the boat every day. The sun and the moon travel every day. Like, you know, we was charting the world, creating maps. Like, we had to go search out the world to create maps.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? We have to go continue to go find new places. I'm still learning about places in California I've never heard about. There's so many places. California is so beautiful and big, bro. So much. It's cities in California that have people even heard of Allensworth. Yeah. It's a historically black city. You know what I'm saying? Sir. There's African cities in California. In Northern California, there's African cities full of Africans. Yeah. That they do like, they have, you feel me? From like, we gotta get about the box, man.
It's a box, bro. It's a rat race. It's a box. It's a rat race inside of a box. Yeah, it's
cities like Monterey which aren't even developed yet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Monterey is a beautiful city near the bay, Monterey Bay, and they haven't even really developed. Yeah, man. Monterey Bay. Yeah. Most Northern California, like they're not even really like, you feel me? Might be a Walmart here and small beautiful cities. But like, there's still so much that we can do, bro. Yeah. We can still build. We can still offer a lot. We can still provide a lot to the marketplace. Yeah, but still tap in.
In order to do that, we have to play a bigger game than the rat game provides. The rat race provides, right? Yeah. The thing about the rat race is just it gives you something to do. Right?
That literally, it keeps you doing stuff.
It keeps you running around in circles in a hamster wheel. Keeps you doing stuff. And you live your whole life acquiring fiat from the rat race so you can continue playing the rat race game. That's the nature, and that's why it's so hard to escape, because the more you invest, the more you feel, the more attached you become to it. You know, speaking from experience. Facts. It's like, that's what a job is. And so you really start developing thinking to justify your choices that led you into the rat race. You're like, oh, I can't leave. I can't leave. I've got all the bills, and I just can't.
Yeah.
No, it's not for me. Yeah. So
that's deep, bro. Yeah, the rat race is so deep because as I really, really like took a step back and like really observed it, and it's like we develop an allegiance to our employers that we know do not share that allegiance.
Absolutely.
And we develop loyalty.
That's right.
And then we begin to circulate our entire life around the job so that we plan our life. The job tells us what to do, and then we plan our life around that.
Absolutely. Man. Yep.
And then we also take that fiat and then give it back to where we live, which is also another, more than likely, someone of European descent, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and most of our employers are of European descent, right?
Yeah.
And then most of our banks are of European descent,
yes, sir.
Right? So, this rat race, and especially in cities like, our entire life revolves around going to someone to get something, to pay somebody else, to pay somebody else, to pay somebody else, and then whatever we have left, we're gonna pay somebody else. And then with that, we're like, oh, let's support black people, let's support our own, and let me go support. But the vast majority of our energy is focused on just working and like going to him to get fiat, just to hand it to him.
Absolutely.
You know, and then we saying that, well, we gotta go to him because we gotta pay for this. And then it's like, well, we gotta go to him. It's like I've learned, like, what's paying for what? You get what I'm saying? Am I only paying for this rent to go to work, or am I going to work to pay the rent?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And even with a car, like, am I going to work to get money to pay for my car? Is this car taking me to work, or just work taking care of my car?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, just so many layers of that. And then we step back and we look at agriculture, and it's like, once again, it's like, hey, if you have a plan, like will fund your plan.
Yeah.
If you have a real actual plan of what you want to do and proof of concept, and there are people who you've been doing it for years and there's loopholes. Yeah. We like America wants to stimulate the economy.
Yeah.
Like not saying that working a job doesn't stimulate the economy, but for the most part, working a job, I understand everybody's not an entrepreneur or a boss, mind you.
Very true.
Right, no strike.
Let's give respect to good employees.
Be very clear, definitely.
Good employees are needed. Yeah, you got to have employees.
It's very needed.
Absolutely.
But I also know how much of that, like, I thoroughly agree. Now, how much of that is, once again, like I said, a level of allegiance where there isn't any allegiance back into. Yeah.
It's not, the relationship is one-sided.
I'm a great employee.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah, I'm a great worker. I'm a hard worker.
That's right.
I'm a great employee. But I start realizing that I'm providing more value to the workplace than what is being poured into me.
Absolutely.
While simultaneously, my employers know that.
Yeah.
And I start learning that my employers will work me as hard as possible and pay me as least as possible.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the game. Yeah. Yeah, and there's no shame about it. It's like they'll pay you as low as $1 you will take.
Exactly. Period.
Yeah. And have no shame about it. They think they got a deal. And then they'll work you as hard as possible.
I know I had a job in my early 20s where my entire time being there, he would demonize me and threaten to fire me and basically, manipulate me.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, when I decided to leave and start my catering company, he begged me to not leave.
Yeah.
And he was like, Tim, I know how I treat you, but you're one of the most dependable people I've ever met.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, why are you? It's funny because he didn't even tell me that. He told my boss that at the time. He told my manager at the time, my chef, that he was like, however I feel about Tim, he's one of the most dependable employees I've ever seen in the history of being an owner. So then when I left, when he couldn't convince me to stay, then he actually told me Tim, of the 7 years you've been here, bro, you're extremely consistent and everybody loves you and you're very dependable and you do a phenomenal job. And I'm like, bro, it took you 7 years to tell me that. After it took me realizing that about myself for you to actually tell me that, to the point where I have to leave, and I'm just like I'm not anti-jobs. I'm anti the rat race.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Anti the rat race mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real. And then that's the dilemma we're up against. It's like, how do you convince people who are emotionally and psychologically invested in the rat race, like the rat race mind, to come over here and fuck with that? It's very difficult.
If you work a job that you stressed out, then you what are you doing? If you work a job that you hate, then what are you doing? That's the rat race.
That's the rat race.
I wake up and I go do this, even though I hate it.
Yeah.
That's the rat race.
That's it.
Because now, what is your life? What is life? If you wake up and you go work somewhere where you love and you appreciate and you have a good rapport and you know they compensate you well and you know they take care of you well and you know you bring something to the table, you know they provide value and they appreciate your value and they let the record show that they appreciate your value.
Man.
Because there are workplaces where they're like, no, that's a phenomenal employee.
That's right.
We're going to make sure that he's taken care of, benefits, compensation, company car, the whole nine. Definitely,
absolutely.
But if that's not the majority of people.
No, sir.
And it starts with the self-esteem.
That's right.
And the relationship with fiat, because most of us are doing stuff just for fiat.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Most of us are operating when we could be pulling that energy back and redirecting that energy and developing our own businesses.
That's right.
And employing ourselves back to agriculture. We need to employ farming. Is the greatest and the most effective way to employ people.
Yeah. That's a big choice, to make that choice to divest from the rat race into your own business. It's a very big choice. But as we talked about last week, now is the time of big choices. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's now.
Nation.
It's nation. You have to, in order to get to the next level, we all are going to be presented with circumstances that we're going to have to make a big choice to either leave. To do something. You got to do something.
Yeah.
What's it going to be, black man?
Yeah.
Black woman? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Not what are you going to judge other people for doing? What are you going to do? Otherwise, you're going to perpetuate or make perpetual these same loops that your families have been in for generations. Right? It's up to you to break the cycle. It's up to us.
Definitely.
It's in order to break the cycle, you have to break the chain of momentum that led you up into present time. right? And that goes back lifetimes. So it's not an easy choice. Once you make it, you understand and you feel like, oh, it was just a choice. Here I am.
Here you are.
Here you are. I did it. Right. And then that's what it's hard to make that without faith, because once you realize, Allah got you as long as you're grounded in that certainty. But I understand. There's levels to understand. It's levels to this. But
yeah. I mean, let the record show. I'm putting myself in a position where I'm going to get a lot of land.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a lot of farming.
That's right.
And I'm going to employ people.
That's right.
And I won't even be able to get the land and build the farm if I don't employ people. That's a part like that. If I don't even create the budget of how much I'm going to pay the people to employ them, I won't even get the funding to be able to do it, or the land.
That's right.
That's a part of the business. The part of the entire proposal is my actual, how much do I need to be able to pay my employees?
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a budget.
That's a budget. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you said, like learning. Back to farming, agriculture is the foundation of civilization, because you have to learn business, bro.
That's right.
You have to learn how to pay people. You got to learn before you even there's so much to do before you even start doing it.
Absolutely.
You have to develop a full thought out plan. Yeah. But at the same time, when you develop a full thought out plan, the funding is extremely readily available.
You need to demonstrate that you have administrative infrastructure, right? And operations.
Yes.
Otherwise, why would I give you money? There's no.
No.
Like not even a question. It's like, oh, no, you don't have a plan. You don't have an organization. Like, no, this is not a joke. Most people understand that. That's why they form C corps, LLCs, all that stuff. It's like, yeah, you have to have organization, right? And as far as that's on the business front, but as far as a people nationhood, we could take it to the nation side. It's like, how are you going to get reparations if you aren't organized as a nation of people? When they gave reparations to the Japanese people for internment camps, they gave it to Japan.
They gave it to a nation.
They gave it to a nation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's our nation, right?
It starts with the mindset.
That's right. That's right.
It starts with so much of us are individualists.
That's right. That's right. And calling ourselves minorities. Literally telling your government that you are a minor and need to be taken care of. That's what a minority is. You're minor.
And that's not child. And they'll do it.
Yeah.
They'll say, okay, sure, yeah. Oh, you want to take care of you? All right, we'll just leave us alone. Don't ask me for don't come to me for power.
Absolutely.
You can't. Pick one. Do you want power, or do you want me to take care of you?
That's real.
Do you want land, or do you want me to take care of you?
Yeah.
You want wealth? You want abundance and prosperity? Do you want to take care of yourself?
Do you want to take care of yourself,
or you want me to take care of you?
Okay, choose.
We'll take care of you. Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
WIC.
Yeah, we got you.
Once again, WIC comes from the USDA. Yeah, all that cow, and mind you, the farmers don't care. They gladly, oh yeah, y'all want us today? Great. Now our milk is regulated, so sure, gladly.
Yep.
You feel me? Now you're just making the wealthy wealthier.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll take care of you. We'll give you cheese. We'll give you butter. We'll give you milk.
All of it.
And the government will write us a check every year, and we're good.
Yeah.
And all we got to do is just make sure the milk is packed up and boom, ship it to you. WIC will come and get it. Boom, now WIC distribute it to you. And they done exchange billions of dollars every year.
That's right. Yeah, who cares if it's WIC money? It's money.
It's the part of the WIC is one of the biggest power players in the country, bro.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? Food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Food stamps is one of the biggest power players in the country.
Yeah.
You want us to take care of you, cool.
Yeah.
But just understand, on the back end, they're buying that food from somebody.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So there's people who are consistent. This is a part of the USDA budget.
Yeah.
WIC and SNAP is a part of the budget, bro.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, oh yeah, sure, we'll take care of you niggas gladly. We will love to take care of you.
Yeah, and you got to think there's by doing that, there's people whose job it is to provide for you. So yeah, they want you to do it because you're providing whole job for that whole ecosystem and that infrastructure. It's like, yeah, that's why it's a complex. It's industry. Yeah, man.
It's industry.
It's an industry.
Like I said, I'm learning the industry.
Yeah, that's like prison industrial that's an industry.
It's an industry.
It's jobs.
Investors.
It's jobs.
It's jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you pointed out the the takeaway of a job is where you choose to spend your energy.
Yeah.
And if you really want to build a nation, you have to take that energy that you bring to your job to your people. And so the dilemma is, or the problem is like, at least a job, there's structure, there's rules, you know what you got to do. The alternative is like, if you don't know what you want, if you don't have a plan, you're not duplicating the structure that a jobber has by having no plan over here. Then otherwise you're choosing to invest your energy in chaos.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Right.
Yeah.
So
a job is a great training.
That's right.
It's great to train and prepare.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially like not like that. It's for the youth.
That's right.
Where you are doing this to prepare. You are being an apprentice. You are learning. Like I tell young people all the time, like if you're gonna get a job, bro, be the best employee.
That's
Shake everybody's hand.
Absolutely.
Go to the manager, the general manager, who's the regional manager, who's the CFO, who's the CEO. Everybody in this building should know who you are, and you should be the highest. You should Magic Johnson it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? No matter what nobody say. If you want to work a job, come there with the biggest smile and be the best employee and get all the resources.
Absolutely.
And get all of it as a recommendation. Absolutely. And get all the networking you can get.
Treat it as training.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And prepare yourself, and so that way and then if you are, move up. Move up as fast as you possibly can.
That's right.
Because you're gonna be there anyway.
That's right.
If you're gonna be there for these 8 hours, you might as well be making the most amount of money you possibly can.
And then taking on responsibility.
And have the highest level of responsibility you possibly can.
That you apply to your life. Let's be real.
Exactly.
It's discipline, bro.
Exactly.
It's like, there's consequences for showing up late, you lose your job. There's consequences for stealing stuff at work, you lose your job. There's consequences. Like there's order within a job, right? So you take that order and you apply it to your family, right?
But how many of us, and especially the young men, approach a job already with a negative relationship, want to come and do bare minimum, and want to come and hide, want to come and, you know what I'm saying, be slick, finesse,
bro.
Right? Come and just let me get this little money and go. What? Then that's the opposite that's counterproductive to a job.
Right.
If somebody's going to employ you, you better get every single resource that you possibly can, all the benefit.
All of it.
And I'm telling you from some experience from someone who didn't do that in my young 20s. You get what I'm saying? So now that I'm in my 30s, I'm like, nah, if I can go back, definitely I would have treated a job way more serious.
Absolutely.
I would have been, you get what I'm saying? Because we can't play with our time and our energy. We're giving our energy there.
Yeah, man.
We're giving 8 hours of our day, bro.
That's no joke.
That's no joke.
That's no joke.
And take that profit and invest that profit.
That's right.
Make a plan. I was asking young men, even young men that at the garden, that I make sure they getting paid. What's your plan with this money?
That's real.
What's the plan?
Yeah.
What's the goals?
What's the plan?
Where are you going to invest it?
Yeah.
How much are you going to invest?
Yeah. Good questions. Very good questions.
Because it's like we just get money and just willy nilly and it just falls through our fingers.
Yeah, in the absence of a plan, there's just utter chaos. Right? Yeah, and then within the realm of chaos, that's when bad decisions get made. Bad being decisions not conducive to where you want to go in life. Mm-hmm. Wealth, prosperity, happiness, dynasty building. You don't get that operating in chaos, man. No, you get prosperity operating in order and structure and.
There's no vision.
No, not at all.
There's no plan because there's no vision.
Yeah.
There's no plan because there's no urgency.
Yeah.
There's no plan because there's no seriousness.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like take this time serious.
Yeah.
You go meet everybody because you take yourself serious.
Yeah.
Present yourself, go on your job the best dress you possibly can. Back to nation. Understand you are representing your culture.
That's right.
You are representing Asiatic, Moorish, black men, indigenous, aboriginals. You are a representation. Anywhere you walk into, you have the capacity to shift how everyone here treats every other man that looks like you.
That's real. Yes, sir.
Every single time.
That's right.
Is it fair?
You're a proof of concept.
Do you like it? No. Does it get overbearing? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it fair? No. Is it the real world? Yes.
That's right.
So welcome to the real world.
It's the real world.
You get what I'm saying? Welcome to the real world. Guess what's not? Real world isn't fair.
No, it's not.
The real world doesn't owe you anything. The real world doesn't care how you feel. No. The real world doesn't care what you went through.
No.
Get the therapy now. Read the books now. Do the personal development now.
Do it now.
Work out. Eat right.
That's right.
Figure it out.
That's right.
Deal with your feelings. Get your emotional aromatherapy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Do what you have to do because the world is not going to cacao you.
No, and that's what being a grown-up is. That realization, and then you realize all roads lead to self-improvement, man. It's like if you're not improving yourself, what the fuck are you doing? You're probably blaming other people for your condition.
More than likely.
That's what you're doing. You're blaming other people for your condition, and you're justifying your lowly existence by externalizing responsibility that belongs solely on you, right? And that's everybody, bro. Every color does that shit. Yeah, there's just people who blame everybody for everything, and there's people who take upon themselves the requisite amount of responsibility to get themselves to the next level. And these are the people that I fuck with. I don't care what color.
As you should.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, when I say it's like, yeah, color doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm like, okay, what are you doing? Are you improving your life? There we go. I can fuck with you, right? Like, that's all it is. Everyone is spirit. Everyone came here, chose to come here. I was like, okay, have you taken responsibility for that choice? Or are you out here acting like you didn't choose to be here? Right? And people don't understand that. But that's how I view the world. And I see there's categories of people, and I'm like, how I see you acting is how that determines how I treat you as a man or as a woman. I'm like, okay, all right, well, this one out here bullshitting. That's not even judgment. It's just like, it determines the level of engagement, I guess you could say, that I have with people.
As you should.
Yeah.
Discernment.
Like, if you out here bullshitting, like, I don't got time for that, man. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Do your thing, bro.
Not at all.
Do your thing.
We can't, bro. We can't afford to because we understand it's nation building time.
Absolutely.
Right. And if we don't approach it with the intensity and the reverence,
urgency.
It's
urgent, bro.
The urgency that it deserves.
Yeah.
Then who else will?
Nobody.
Right. And I've accepted that like, I can't wait for people. I've accepted I can't. I would love for my entire community to come out and everybody come and take care of our community gardens.
Oh, bro,
and everybody come and we all grow food and we all live happily ever after. But no, guess what? No, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen like that.
It's not going to happen.
And we want to believe that because that at the end of the day, it's less work for us, right? Right? Because like, oh yeah, then other people can do other stuff. At like the end of the day, it's like, oh shit, no, I got it. That's the work.
I would love for everybody to care about organic food and care about growing organic food and care about. They don't. Guess what? People don't care.
They don't care.
Now what? So find the ones who care.
That's right.
And stay on them.
Stay on
and build with them
and build with those.
And show the ones who don't care. You need to start. This is why you should care.
This is what we are doing.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. It is working. That's it.
That's it.
You present them the fruit of your labor, right? And then you don't have to make an argument. They're presented with the choice. It's like
proof of concept.
Do I want to continue my lifestyle, or do I want to make the requisite changes to get to maybe where they're going?
Yeah.
Right. And that's how you evangelize your work. You just show up.
I don't. The facts. Definitely.
Right.
That's it. And I've experienced that where it's like I put people on, and then they didn't want to be put on.
Yeah, they didn't want to commit.
And then now
they weren't ready.
They're looking at me like, and I'm like, I tried to put you on 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. And
even now it's like I'm trying to put people on now. It's like I really not even on some like big ego, but just like I don't want to wait until I and the people who were working with me, and not even like me, mine, but just us, we got 300 acres.
Yeah.
And then the other people, it's like, no, you could, come on.
Come on, man.
Don't, even when we get there, don't be like, oh, no, come on.
Come on.
You want an acre to farm?
Yeah.
You got to, what you finna do? Because bro, we got it's California.
Yeah, and let's be real. If we had 300 acres right now, we'd have a problem.
A great one.
We'd have a problem.
But once again, I'm not really, because I know we're not going to get the 300 acres until we have already created the business plan and the model of what we're going to do with it.
That's what I'm learning. That's the control. Like we wouldn't just get 300 acres without that plan.
Because I'm in the industry now.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So now I'm in the industry. The industry people are supporting me and gathering around me and saying, hey, we're glad you're in the industry because you represent urban. So you still are in the heart of the urban. So now you can show the urban and do the urban and bridge the urban to the private sector.
Yeah.
And we can bridge the gap because this is America.
That's right.
We can connect. The urban could be a developing training center. We can use this urban to get people prepared and get people trained and get people ready. Yeah. So that way, then it's easier pipeline to be able to get them into the commercial.
That's right.
Where now we can start having young ones. The vision is having teenagers and having young adults directing and running community gardens.
Yeah.
And setting up farmers markets. And doing that for 1 or 2 years.
That's
right?
the move. Yeah.
And having them train high school students and middle school students and having them work with the young kids.
Yeah.
And really training our trainers how to train.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then, mind you, it's here.
Yeah.
Like I'm still wrapping my mind around the reality. Bro, I'm on an advisory committee with the California Department of Food and Agriculture. Yes, and it's not even on some it's just what I represent. Yeah. So now I'm and the whole purpose of this committee is to bridge the gap. That's right. It's to express it's to share the information.
That's right.
To share what's going on, to connect the industry. California is saying, all right, we want to do it. And there are people who have pushed now we need to really start sharing equity and sharing the information. So the information now is being shared and the equity is being shared. Yeah. So with it being shared, I'm sharing it. And it's we're going to do it.
Yeah.
California wants to do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They want the California wants to do more farming and more organic farming.
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
We talked about a king being someone who stewards and allocates resources, and that's what you're really doing right now. Is that right now the resources are information.
Yeah,
it's information
and preparation
and preparation. Eventually, it will come to actual distributing agricultural products. But that's just you're taking on the requisite responsibility that a king has. It's just about I've got the information. Here it is. What are we going to do about it?
Yeah. We're going to feed our people, bro.
That's right, bro.
And we're going to build a nation.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
I've seen a report, bro. The USDA. I probably already said it, but I'm gonna say it again. I don't know if I said it already, but I seen a report. It was 2019 report. Don't quote me on the year, but it was a report that the USDA had a $10 billion surplus in housing.
Yeah.
Where they were basically. I read the report where there was basically at this point, anybody who got a plan, we gonna fund you.
Yeah, that's right.
Because when we talking about building a nation, when we do get acres to farm, we're gonna have to build homes on these farms.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And there's billions of dollars put it this country wants to continue doing agriculture.
Yeah.
This state wants to continue doing agriculture. It is the second biggest department in our country.
That's right.
It is they want more. Mm. This is there's more farmland. There's more ways, however people feel about commercial farming. I understand a lot of emotions attached to farming and commercial farming and organic gardening and holistic approaches. I get it. But we're not going to fix it from just standing back and pointing fingers.
No, sir.
And saying, look at them do wrong over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to fix it by actively getting our hands in it and co-creating something new.
That's right.
And fixing it.
Yeah.
You don't fix a problem by saying, look at that problem right there.
That's right. No, you just place it further into reality.
And you give it more power to continue doing what it's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to get actively involved and create something new.
That's right.
And then deplug and divest from it.
Yeah.
Because it's
the energy attached to it,
it's still running
into the solution.
Exactly.
Into the solution. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like you never want to just call out, look at the problem. Yeah. You just look at it. Well, you look at it. That's it. You observe it, and then you do your own thing.
If we want to change how the farming industry treats cows, let's get some cows and treat them differently.
There we go.
If we want to change how the farming industry treats chickens and pigs, let's get some chickens and pigs and treat them differently.
Proof of concept.
You feel me? We can't be like, I don't like how they treat all those cows.
Yeah.
And then don't get no cows.
And then don't provide an alternative don't provide an alternative solution. Yeah, you're just complaining, and you're making that problem more concrete by directing your energy into the problem that still is up and running while you're literally doing nothing but calling it out.
Yeah.
Bringing more light into its reality. So
yeah, if we want better land stewards and more holistic approaches to the land, let's train them. Let's get the funding to be able to train them.
That's right.
To be able to show them.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to bring them in.
Yeah,
I would love to teach. I have a whole nonprofit, Holistic Divine Innovations. The whole foundation of our nonprofit was to teach a holistic spiritual approach to agriculture, holistic divine innovations.
Yes, sir.
So this is something I've been preparing to do for years.
Yeah.
Since Hawaii.
Yeah.
Understanding that we need to get involved in the educational aspect and the training aspect as well.
Yeah.
And we need to access land specifically just to educate.
Yes, sir.
So I'm working on that too.
Yes, sir.
We need our own grocery stores.
Yes, sir.
We need our own restaurants.
Yes, sir.
And we need farms that can put the food into our grocery stores and put the food into our restaurants.
That's right.
I can complain about how bad vegan food is, or I can have the farm that can supply all the vegan restaurants and the vegan chefs with better quality food.
Yes, sir. That's right.
I can complain about the fact that our communities are food deserts and food apartheid, or I can start bringing in youth from the community outside of the hood and show them the vastness of California.
Yeah.
And then say, I can prepare you and train you to come do this.
That's right.
Now we are creating now we are bringing food and resources into the hood, and we are taking people about the hood.
That's right. That's bridging the gap. That's literally what bridging the gap is. Yeah. So it's incumbent upon us to do that work, to do that groundwork. Right?
Yeah.
Because we see both sides, and it's like, oh, okay, the only catalyst is the work.
Yeah. The work.
It's just the work,
The
bro.
work.
It's the work. And that's why Allah put us together, because we got the memo that like, ain't no one gonna do this work but us, bro.
And you got the finance. I'm not the finance guy, bro.
That's my job.
I'm really not.
And he put me in this job that I'm currently working to learn, understand how to run a business, to understand how to run a business.
You have to.
I got to.
You have to, bro.
So, like you said earlier, this job is training. It's training. So I'm like, everything I'm taking, learning from my job, I'm applying to our stuff.
Yeah.
It's happening. Present time, even this podcast, present time, learning everything, applying, taking those resources, applying and allocating here. Got to.
It's necessary.
We're at a period of time, given where things are, it's like our survival is tied up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's like that's the pressure we're feeling. It's like, bro, they ain't playing out here. They really trying to like take us out. Mm-hmm. They trying to take us out, bro. And like they showing you what they're doing. You know, and you're submitting to it because you understand that it's easier to submit to an enemy than it is to build your own nation, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the cool part about this government is that there's so many different components and layers and departments and sub-departments.
Yeah.
So it's like it's chaos in itself.
It's chaos. And it's not even the government, but it's also private. It's rich people. It's just, it's not, the thing is like people like when they say like the government.
Like, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Right. What does that mean?
No. I think what you really mean to say is like the unseen hand.
Exactly.
That's what you really mean.
That's what I'm saying. As I'm learning the industry, it's like there's so many layers to the government.
So many.
The USDA is one big thing that has so many different components.
That's right, bro. Yeah, it's like the government, but people just use that as a label to apply to the complexity of the system. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things going on that you don't understand and don't want to understand.
Yeah,
but the unseen
that we need to start understanding.
You really do.
So that way we don't just go in every room and just piss on everybody and piss on everything.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
Because sometimes you're just pissing on people that actively are in the same thing. They're in the same situation you are. Trying to fight the government. Right.
And they in it. Yeah. And they in the government. They in the government.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's very easy just because the government that just allows you to point your finger at something. Mm-hmm. Bad.
Something outside of self.
But like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Yeah. You're pointing fingers. Yeah, and you're not looking in the mirror, right? At the end of the day, that gives more power to whatever bad enemy you've constructed in your mind over there. You're just giving it more power, right? So that's why people do it, because it absolves themselves of the responsibility to change their condition, right?
And those bad people over there are going to still keep doing it. Vanguard's going to keep being Vanguard.
Absolutely.
Like we can stump our feet at the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers all day. Oh, you mean Rockefellers?
You guys are so bad.
You guys are so okay. You still your kids in the public school system though.
That's right. Yes, right. Yep.
So you don't hate Rockefeller that much.
No, you don't. No.
You get what I'm saying?
They wrote your textbooks, okay? That's right. Yep. Well, yeah, looking outside of self to solve problems is never the move, man.
It can't be.
It can't be. It can't be. And it's so easy to go outside of self. It's so easy. And I fight that tendency too. But I'm like, every situation I get into, I'm like, okay, what did I do to get here? Okay. What did I do? And how do I prevent myself from making those same steps again so I don't get here again? Right? That's what being a man is.
On a macro level too, like what because like you are the cell, you are a cell of the a thought of Allah, as far as like that those thoughts can save millions of people.
Yeah.
Those ideas can change your whole generation trajectory.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because it's responsibility.
It's responsibility.
What are y'all saying in the nation? Accept yourself. Accept your what? How's it go?
Accept your own and be yourself.
Accept your own and be yourself.
That's facts, man.
Right.
Yep.
And that's such a simple, but it's very powerful.
So powerful.
It's a very powerful statement.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how you know it's true. It's just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, who are your people? Okay, be yourself.
Because I'm still learning that too. Like accepting my own, accepting the Moors. Accepting that there's no blanket to being a Moor.
No, man.
Right?
No.
Different parts of the world, different parts of even America, different, New York, California, Chicago. Everybody's gonna be different.
That's right.
Everybody isn't like, and we're all not best buddies and best friends.
Oh, absolutely. Why would you expect that?
You get what I'm saying?
Not everyone in a nation is best buddies. No.
Not anyone in any nation.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm
not
saying?
everyone likes the same shit. This is the only thing that really unites you is unity of cause. You guys agree on certain principles, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And let that be what that is.
That's it. Yeah. It's like mostly it's just like, oh yeah, we'll ride for each other. But other than that, like I don't really gotta kick it with you every day, bro. Like, nah, man. Like
we don't have to be friends.
Ain't friends, man.
To be a part of a nation.
That's right, man.
To be like to just be yourself.
Nationhood and friendship are two different constructs.
We can learn to live cohesively together.
Yeah.
And that starts with self. Like that starts with learning to live learning to want to have the desire to just live cohesively.
Yes, sir.
Learning to live cohesively with yourself.
That's right.
Learning to just accept, like we want peace. I want peace.
Peace.
At the end of the day.
That's right.
Like I said, I found heaven. I understand how to get heaven.
That's right.
It's putting in the work into what I have hope in my work.
That's right.
And that's gonna bring me peace.
That's right.
And that peace is gonna put me in heaven.
That's right.
So I'm in heaven because I believe in what I'm doing wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
And I use this ego to know that we can do it.
That's right.
To know that I have ancestors, I have elders, I have people my age, I have youth. We have infinite sources. I have Allah.
Yeah.
Who's like you said, Allah's been clearly like, oh nah, bro, I got nope.
I got you.
Don't even trip, bro. Yeah. Just put your life jacket
Here's
on.
the flow. Yeah. Put your life jacket
That's
on.
it.
Here's the flow. I got you.
I got you.
Here's the flow. Go with the flow.
Let's go with the flow.
Let's go with the flow. I got you.
And accept your own and be yourself.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Man.
Like that's for real.
It. That's it.
Facts.
Accept your own and be yourself, man. That's real. Yeah, man.
And as we say, I self law and master.
Also,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Arm, leg, arm, head.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Like God, but you realize that any good religion leads to the God in you. Period.
Period.
Allows you, man.
And reprogram the mind.
That part, yeah, exactly.
If we can reprogram the mind, and reprogram the body and have the mind and the body work together, because the body is its own thing.
That's it.
The body is a cold thing, man.
Yes, it is.
Because the body has its own way it reacts with so much thing. But if we can actually reprogram the mind to be able to control the body,
That's right.
and facilitate better behavior.
Before other entities do just that.
Exactly. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Because that's the road we're on, man. Yeah, no, that's what's happening. Yeah, they trying to control that ass.
Definitely.
They trying to.
Like Black Widow.
Yeah, man, for real. Yes, sir.
Cold movie.
Yes, it is.
How I feel about the movie is how I feel about the movie, but the movie was a cold movie.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, but you got to get, once you get mastery, it's a race. Really, life, especially in this current time, life is really just a race to find out who you are. Before someone else hijacks you,
Yeah.
and gets you that programming to get you distracted and off the path of self-realization. Right. So that's the game. It's like, you know, the powers that be, you know, they understand, they know who they are, they know who you are, and they know you're God. So it's like, all right, well, how do we get in them as soon as possible to get them off that path to even find that God within themselves, right? So we'll give them our religion, our interpretation of religion. We'll give them our drugs, we'll give them our vaccines, we'll give them everything to get them off that path. And then most important, our education, right? Our propaganda.
Come on.
And that just keeps you off that path of self-realization. But any good religion gets you back on it, and you realize, oh, Allah's all right here. He never left me. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. So, but with that comes a responsibility. It's like, if Allah's all right here, I can do whatever I want. I can do all things. I can do all things. I can do all things.
Facts.
Yeah. So, and I've been doing affirmations every morning now. And that's one of the things I've been saying. I've been saying, I'm a God. I can do all things. I repeat that, and I'm like, okay, it's changing my reality. It's real, bro.
In fact,
that was like, I would say, doing affirmations. Like, I would say, when I started praying, like for real, it felt weird at first, and then it's like, now I can't live without. Now I'm like, and then the next step was meditation, just being quiet. Right? It felt weird at first. Now, like, I can't live without it. Now, next level, prayer, meditation, affirmation. That's where I'm at right now. I'm like, oh yeah, of course I'm gonna wake up and tell myself I could do all things. Right? Because I can.
You are.
And I am.
You definitely are.
I am. Yeah. So, yeah, that's just to say, like, yeah, like it's anytime you're faced with feeling discomfort, that's proof to yourself that you need to keep going. Right? Yeah. So,
definitely. No, facts.
Yeah.
Because you felt you got that breaking point.
That's right. And with the emotional stuff too, it's like, yeah, it was not comfortable for me, but I'm getting through it. Like, yeah, I got to get through it because that's what's going to charge me to get to the next level.
Because your mind knows.
Yeah, that's right.
Your body doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's like working out. Like, your body doesn't want to work out, bro.
No, man.
But your mind always feels better once you tame the beast. Once you tell your body, no, you're not in control. You're not running the show, body.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm present.
Yeah.
I love you, body. But no, you're not going to just run the show because you're only responding to the hormones that are being left off.
That's right.
You.
Yeah. And I think I'll attribute, just because I'm a man right now, I'll attribute that to just my masculine energy that's able to do that. Not all the time, but just consistently enough to get to where I go, to get me to where I need to go. So that's the part of me that I'm thankful for, where I could just be like, I could wake up at 4:50, get my prayer in, and go run at the park. You feel me? Like,
you could.
Yeah. And most people can't do that.
And you put yourself in this situation.
Yeah, man.
From Arkansas, man.
Yeah, man. It's not a joke. And then, like, you know, I did that at 4:50, and then I trained tonight before I got here, and then now we talking at 11 at midnight, talking about self-improvement. Like, man. And I had two babies to handle today. Like, man, I'm doing all things. I'm doing all things, bro. And like, I'm so that's why I don't like looking at myself objectively, because I don't want to get my ego and be like, yeah, I'm that nigga, bro. But I am.
You gotta, hey man, it's like we going into Leo season.
Oh yeah. So I'm glad we are too.
Go ahead, it's
fucking flex, man.
Please, like, look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you. You're doing it.
Yes, sir.
And you know, we already having conversations and going on. Got a lot of things going on.
We got a lot of things going on, bro.
And there are powerful things coming.
Yes, sir. Bro, super
powerful. We're putting ourselves in position to really make a real impact, big impact.
Think about like the universe of all avenues we're touching, bro. Like just agriculture, grocery, distribution, clothing, bro. Like economics,
financial literacy,
media. I fight niggas, like, bro.
Martial
arts, like,
what's the word? Automation. Yeah. You know, automation of different markets. Like,
yeah, man. No, we hitting them all, and it's what's going to happen. It's like, you know, all this activity appears as chaos, but Allah is going to use us to bring order to it, and then it's going to come out to pyramid. That's our pyramid. We're building pyramids.
being,
but it starts in the ground, which is why it's beautiful, bro. We're talking about agriculture, and I do ground jujitsu. That's ground. That's the ground. It's the ground.
It's the ground.
It's the ground.
It's always gonna tie back.
It's the ground, bro. Yeah, we get the ground, and like, and I used to do.
And we tapped in with BWO at the ground level.
At the ground level. Ground level.
Like
we was
literally at the
first. We
ground
was the
level,
first
bro.
people in that.
At the ground level.
Ground level.
Ground
bro.
level.
Ground level.
And we're still at that ground level. Like,
Yeah.
we're still at the ground.
We still at the
it
ground.
hasn't even been a year, bro.
Isn't that crazy?
Imagine people who got in with Apple in their first year.
Absolutely.
Imagine the people who got in with Amazon in their first year.
Yeah, but with the ground.
You get what I'm saying?
A seed starts in darkness, right?
Definitely.
So what does that mean? We had to couple this work with patience, right?
And just had the faith. I had faith in BWO.
Oh, absolutely.
When I was like, this is phenomenal. It's
gonna work.
And I'm glad. I'm very glad. That's probably one of my most proudest investments.
Absolutely.
That I was able to consciously be like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to believe that this is going to work.
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, it's because I allowed it to fail. It's
Exactly.
my
It's me.
responsibility. That's how I go to any interaction with that. It's like, this is going to, the only reason it's going to fail is because I didn't do enough to support it.
And now with this auto trader,
Yeah, bro.
and now with this crypto and foreign exchange market,
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. No excuses.
and they got 2 auto traders.
Yes, sir.
So mind you, I get it. You have to still do some stuff, but it helps to remove the emotion from the trading.
That's right.
It helps to just take your losses and take your wins.
That's right. You still have to trade.
Yeah. But just the fact of like there's real assistance, and your emotions aren't as involved anymore.
That's right.
You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some anywhere it goes.
That's right.
But the emotions of part it is the energy. So now we can reallocate energy.
Yeah.
You feel me? Say, okay, let's do this, and let's let this, let's put it in the proper way. Let's make sure we get the best outcomes.
Yeah.
And accept that it's not going to be perfect, and which doesn't mean we're going to just skyrocket and make $8 million today.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But it's like just the fact of knowing you can replace, this is something trustworthy from a very high intellect.
Yeah.
And that it's not going to require me to sit here and invest my emotions into it.
That's right.
Is
That's right.
Asyr, not bro. The fact that there's a trading bot for interest rates.
Yeah.
Which is a part of the market that the average, not even the average, that the vast majority of people aren't even relatively involved in.
Or interested.
90, what they call it the 1% trading room for a reason.
Yeah.
This is something that 1% of the population is involved in.
That's right.
On record.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
maybe
90%.
1%, man. Yeah. Because 1% of a lot of millions, that's a lot of people. I don't even think it's that many people, man. It's real. It's not many people. Yes,
You
sir.
feel me?
Yes, sir.
And then to have actual assistance with that?
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
man. No. Yep.
To be able to take care of that in the rising and then spend the time in farming it, and then not to let the burden of fiat, not let the relationship of fiat and the relationship of lack, not to operate in lack, to really operate in abundance.
Yeah.
Is something astronomical.
Operating in lack is a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap,
It's a
man.
rat race.
And I go in and out of that trap too. It's
We all do.
We all do, man.
Mind you,
That's
we all do.
life, man. I go in and out. But I guarantee you, the more chaos there is in my life, the more likely it is to operate from the lack mentality. But I go hop in and out all the time, man. So I really try to counter those lack moments with just activity that I know is going to get me out of that slump, right? Yep. But that's my masculine energy that allows me to get out of the lack mentality, to thinking that because what the lack mentality does, it leads you to thoughts of I can't because of the money.
Yep.
I can't because of the money.
Yep.
So
because I run out of money.
exactly.
There won't be more. If I spend it on this, I won't have any more.
Yeah, bro. Yep. And then it's imperative for a man to get all of the lack-minded people away from his cipher, away from his mind, so he can make decisions from the point of infinite prosperity, because that's who he is as a law. Period. Right.
I've also seen the flip. I'm learning that too. Like the flip of lack, which is I have to spend a lot because I don't feel worthy of having it.
Yeah.
And because spending it on these is rare. Like I have to spoil myself with things.
Yeah.
Because I don't have this. So when I get it, I have to utilize it. Like, especially with food.
Yeah.
Spending a lot of fiat on food is still coming from lack.
That's right.
Because you're still trying to overcompensate.
Yeah.
Food doesn't have to be it's drastically expensive thing.
That's right.
But people like to spend on a lot of fiat on food because they deep down don't feel like they have a lot of fiat.
That's right.
And deep down feel like I have to spend it on this. I have to get rid of this. How can I it's the easiest way to get rid of it.
That's right.
So we can go back to the normal status of seeing your bank account be low. Yeah. How can I make sure I don't have no money in my account? Because that's all I'm programmed to being able to see.
Yeah.
So let me spend it.
Yes, sir.
On these things.
Yes, sir.
And not you spend fiat on generating more fiat.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that's where, when you get to a point where you're spending money on getting more money, that's the move, right? That's the objective.
That's what money's for.
That's what money is for. Yeah.
It's some capacity, even if it's more resources, more information, more insight, or saving yourself time.
Yes, sir.
I understand spending fiat on things to save yourself time.
Absolutely.
Or energy.
Yes, right.
Like today, I was trying to fix my laptop, man. I spent all day trying to fix my laptop, and it finally was like, man, let me just call up a professional.
Yeah.
And there was a professional literally walking this. I literally walked to the computer repair. I was like, bro, think about this. Like, look, like reminding myself, me too. Like, bro, you have the fiat to be able to let the fiat do this.
Do the work.
While you focus on something else.
That's right.
You don't need to be focused on trying to fix a laptop,
That's
bro.
right. No.
Or trying to troubleshoot a laptop.
Or change your oil or do anything.
Yeah.
I got a maid for my place, bro. Like, I'm not going to clean this whole place. I'll hire a professional.
That's what the fiat is for.
Exactly.
To do
to free up your time and free up your energy to spend it where it's highly to its highest priorities.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what a man is able to do.
Outsource.
Yeah, to utilize, to able to really take the pyramid of his choices and then spend his energy at the highest impact choices, right?
Facts.
That's what makes a man a man.
Facts.
I think. Yeah.
Facts.
Right.
So that way you be able to be a better service to your environment, to your community.
To your environment,
and to
to
be
your
able to
family.
think about the important things.
That's right. To free your energy to think about the important things and apply it there.
And focus.
That's right. Not on the bullshit.
Yeah.
Not on the bullshit.
And I'm still, mind you, continuously learning. I spent a good portion of my day doing very productive things as well.
Yeah.
But I definitely spent too much time trying to troubleshoot this this laptop.
I feel you.
When I literally could have just stopped and divested and then found someone that I would have found that there's literally someone I can walk. He literally was in walking distance from my house.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Now you know.
You know what I'm saying? It was one of the reminders like, bro,
yeah,
you could have been this. Come on, bro.
So how many other
you're not a laptop specialist,
no,
bro.
you're not.
You're a farmer.
How many things else are left in our respective lives that need to be delegated to somebody else? Right?
Come on.
That's real. So something to think about.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, drop some homework on me.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go home and take an assessment.
You and I both. I need that because now it's just the time. In order to make those big choices, we got to clear out the bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Because now you and I both we're on that ledge, the Jesus jump off point. So it's like okay, yeah, and we see the future, and now it's like okay, oh shit.
Which is why I invest into this auto trader because I
understand.
I do know like I need to divest less time into that part of my day.
I understand. Which is what part of your day?
Of like trading.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You know, because I do trade.
Yeah.
In the rising.
Yeah.
You know, so and I learned like trading is something you need to be doing every day. You don't need to be doing calls and puts every day.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there should be a certain amount of time where you do this and then you stop doing it.
Absolutely. You
know, like you do it and then you did it.
It's no fun to babysit positions, man.
Yeah. No, it's not. Nope. But it's natural. It's like easy to be like, let me see this.
Let me see what's up.
And it's like, no, bro. Just put your stop losses in. That's put your take profits in. Controls. Put your indicators in.
Controls.
And then go do other stuff.
Yes, sir.
If when it's ready, when you're ready when you're ready, then you're ready.
That's right, bro.
You know,
and that's life.
Yeah.
Put controls in place to stop the losses, right? And then spend your time where it's most valued and where you could provide the most impact as a man. Right. Let's close this out, bro.
Let's close it out.
Yes, sir. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone do we serve, thee alone do we beseech for divine aid. Guide us on the right path, the path upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not upon whom thy wrath has been brought down, nor upon those who go astray. Ameen.
Amen. Peace.
Yes, sir.